I'm Gabrielle Ross, and you're watching Cape Media News. I'm joined here today by James Dever, who is a Democrat running in the 5th Barnstable District for Massachusetts State Representative. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Gabrielle, for having me today, and hello to all your viewers.
We want to give our viewers a chance to get to know the people that are running, and we were hoping that you could just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Like most, I summered on Cape Cod with my family, and then in the late 70s, my mom, her mom, and their sister bought a house on Cape Cod. So in 2004, my parents transferred it to kind of a retirement home, and my dad still works a bit. So my wife and I, Beth, we moved down the Cape just to kind of keep an eye on them in 2008. Seamus and Brianna, our twins, came along in 2010. And that was kind of the reason that that kind of got me excited to join the school committee here in Sandwich. So they were really, it was funny. One day I asked my son, I said, Seamus, what would you like to be when you grow up? And he said, happy. And I said, you know, what a great answer. And this was a young age, before even kindergarten. And it really gave me the incentive to run for school committee for an open seat to really make a difference. And same thing here. This is an open seat and we're looking to make a difference.
I know you have done a lot for the community, and we can get into that a little bit more in a bit. But first, what made you want to run for Massachusetts State Representative, other than that there was an open seat? Or when did you know for sure that you wanted to run for this position?
It was my time on the school committee. Once I learned the seat was open, and I would not have challenged Randy Hunt. I think Randy was a great representative for our district. He really was, and I kind of want to continue on the same tradition. But it's funny, on the school committee, you know, every year come budget time, we would have to fight for resources. And every year would have to, even though you get a budget increase, you'd have to cut services. So the idea is you go to town meeting and you try to make a case for more funds for your school, but then you realize people are debating, do we get a fire truck? Do we pave a road? What do we do? Well, the problem is for 20 years, we haven't had the resources we deserve. We've been sending a Republican up to the Massachusetts State House, which is a Democrat-dominated institution. And I said, you know what? Let's make a difference here. Let's go up to Beacon Hill and get resources back for our district. And when COVID hit, it just exemplified the reasons. We are going to need resources, and being in the majority party is going to make it a lot easier.
Absolutely. So what initiatives or key points are you trying to stress in your campaign?
Well, it's interesting. Obviously, funds, as I just said, and with COVID, we've got to make sure we're protecting those that are on the front lines. It's kind of why we've been endorsed by the Mass Nurses Association, the Mass Teachers Association, and healthcare workers. And when COVID's over, and I was kind of excited last week, and when we listened to our scientists and our doctors, it will be, I announced last week what my first bill would be, and it would be an Ocean and Economy Jobs Act. The idea is we have so many natural resources around us to tap into in our area. We've got Woods Hole, we've got marine biology labs, and then we have our students that are just so bright. And when I was on the Sandwich School Committee, we started a STEM program, and these students would come to us in 8th grade and they would show us that they had created robots. Now, when I was in 8th grade, I made a candle holder in a sconce, so a bit different. But the idea is with this Ocean Jobs Economy Act, is to let's establish a way where we can keep the population on Cape Cod, keep our young population here. Hopefully from a STEM program, then maybe they go to a Cape Cod community or a Mass Maritime Bridgewater. And afterwards, we have the job market for them in the ocean. We have offshore wind. We have aquaculture that's going to be tremendous. We have so many different things that we can use in the Ocean Jobs and Economy Act that's really what I want to do for our district.
Absolutely. I know on your campaign website, you do talk about that, you know, your passion for advocating for public education, bringing state funds back to the district. Talk to me a little bit about the need to keep families healthy and about seniors. Talk to me about that.
100%. And as I said, that's one reason we moved down the Cape was to take care of my parents. And I think a lot of people are like myself. We have kids that we're taking care of and our parents as well. And it really, when it comes to our seniors, and Senator Sayre has been so out in front of this with mental health issues. That is such a key for our seniors. I know here in Sandwich, we're building a community center for our older population. You know, you could build the best building in the world, but unless you get your seniors there, it really doesn't make a difference. And that's really what I want to focus on, is helping our seniors in the mental health issues with our seniors as well. So important.
So you've kind of already answered my next question. How do you think you'll make the community a better place if you're elected for state rep? But anything you want to add to that?
Sure, 100%. I think it's imperative of somebody doing this job to be able to do constituent services. And I've been doing that my whole life. The idea is to help people pay a lot in their taxes. So let's make their interactions with the government a lot easier. Right after college, I worked for then Congressman Markey, now Senator Markey. And I didn't work in Washington, with all the buildings and the excitement. I worked in the district, helping constituents. My focus was immigration and the environment. So we're talking international adoptions, H-1B1 visas, J-1 visas. I was just kind of there to help people through the process. Now, fast forward, I'm a union attorney representing public employees throughout Massachusetts. So what do? When employers are being mistreated by government agencies, I come in to just try to make it a lot easier. So the idea is for the district, how can I help the district? I can help them interactions with the government making them get the bang for the buck that they deserve.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us on our show today to get to know our viewers and let them get to know you a little bit better.
It's tough to see on Zoom, but what I try to tell people is standing 6'7", and I'm 6'7". When you send me to Beacon Hill, they'll see me, but they'll hear you, and they'll hear our voters, and they'll hear our concerns. And I ask respectfully for our voters to come out and vote election day or before, and hopefully we can make some good things here happen for Sandwich, Bourne, Barnstable, and Plymouth.
Again, to our viewers, James Dever is running in the 5th Barnstable District, which represents Sandwich, Bourne, Plymouth, and parts of Barnstable. We look forward to learning more about your campaign as the days progress. So
well, thank you.